Welcome to today's edition of the Prix d'Excellence Success Stories series. We use this presentation to showcase projects that push the envelope in specific categories. Today, we will cover two. One is affordable housing, and the second category is low-rise residential development. It would be reasonable to think that there are not much in common, but we believe that many of the same principles apply in both places and can combine learning and benefit both categories of projects, even if they operate with different design parameters and budgets. In both categories, projects that do well strive to achieve best results through clarity of goals, communication with customers, value engineering, material and design innovations, and financial and investment approach. FIAPSI is a long-time champion of the affordable housing. It is a frequent topic of the UN Habitat meetings, and we have to put significant effort into promoting the cause. This year, we have made a priority to advance the UN World Habitat Initiative. The city we need is affordable and sustainable. The emphasis this year has been on inclusive, vibrant neighborhood and communities. This is why we are starting with Agnes Staphania, is a young urban designer who is going to present her project that won a gold award on Prix d'Excellence 2019. Since 2015, Agnes Staphania is joined Sanggah group, and currently she serves as Assistant President Director. She also serves as Operational Director for one of subsidiary companies in the group, focuses on development low-cost housing. Feasibility study and product development are her strong field. As an urban designer, she worked on numbers of projects with amazing diverse sites across Indonesia. Her expertise and her passion are devoted to sustainable development of neighborhoods as well as various scale public spaces. I would love to Agnes to present us her Alam Sanggah Indah, where the vision took the developer and they transformed the brown land of mining site into the affordable yet livable and vibrant place worthy to become homes for the new communities. Please welcome Agnes and tell us about your project.
Okay, thank you, Polina. Good evening, everybody. Firstly, allow me to thank FIAPSI and FIAPSI Prix d'Excellence for giving me the opportunity to share with you all what we've been doing in our project. It's called Alam Sanggah Indah. It is quite an honor and such a pleasure for me to be here today and sharing with you all. I promise it'd be compact so we can have more time for discussion later. A quick background facts. There has been a great need for affordable housing in Indonesia for decades. Housing backlog in 2013 reached approximately 14 million units, and there is approximately 1 million units additional backlog each year in line with population growth and marriages. So the central government is now applying a million homes program aiming to reduce the backlog. Now, let me start with a short video This is a slightly longer version than the one you see in the announcement of the Prix d'Excellence.
Do we have a sound for?
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. Did you following the video from the first time, or should I play it again from the beginning?
It wasn't any sound, so we saw the video, but we
Okay.
didn't hear what's happening there. I mean, I know what's happening there because I ran about the project, but everybody else, I think it will be very interesting to hear the story, how it was in the beginning and what's happening. So let's look again with the sound, please. Because it's very interesting what you guys did with pretty much brown dirt and created this whole community.
Is this okay? Can you hear that?
Agnes, if there is no sound, maybe you can tell us the story, if it's okay with you. How did you start it? Let's see. Maybe it will be a sound.
Okay, let's see if I can. Give me 2 minutes.
Okay, while you're doing that, I wanted to remind everybody that we have a Q&A session after the presentations. So Agnes and Michelle will be happy to answer your question. I also have a couple questions for them, but we will be happy to hear if there is any questions from the audience.
Okay, but you can see the video, right?
Yes. Oh, yes, just a little bit louder.
This is good?
Little bit louder. I barely hear this. I don't know about the rest of the people. Yeah, people can't hear that. I see the responses from the audience.
Okay.
Yeah, but we can hear you. Maybe we can hear your story. Tell us how it all started. Yes, this is the
This is
picture.
before we begin,
Mm-hmm.
and this is the development now.
Mm-hmm.
This we take this in early no back in 2019.
Uh-huh. Happy kids. So the original site was the sandworm, right?
Yeah, it was a sand quarry before we developed.
And tell us the story. How hard was it for you to get to convince the government to give you this land and to trust your vision that this is not going to be a slum, this is going to be a lively community with future happy residents? I'm sure everybody wants to hear that.
Well, the case is in Indonesia, all affordable housing is not developed in a dedicated land from the government. The
Mhm.
government facilitated the funding for the subsidized units in our affordable housing, but not the land itself.
Mhm.
So let me start with the story about our planning for a little bit, and
Mhm.
then I will give you an insight of our design and development after that.
Okay.
So Alam Sanggah Indah is located in Bandung, in Indonesia, West Java, or Jawa Barat as we called it. West Java is a province. We are adjacent to DKI Jakarta, which is the capital province of Indonesia. And Bandung is only about 130 kilometers from Jakarta, in the southeast of Jakarta. Bandung Greater Metropolitan comprises of 4 municipalities, which is the Bandung City itself, Cimahi, West Bandung Regency, and Bandung Regency. And Alam Sanggah Indah is in West Bandung Regency. It is here. It is located within 30 minutes driving distance, either from Ngamprah, Cimahi, or Soreang. All of those are the city center of the municipalities. It's also 10 to 40 minutes from the toll gate and market and other accessibility around. It is sided and enveloped. As you can see here, the Saguling Reservoir is here, and our location of Alam Sanggah Indah is enveloped by it. As I said before, Ngamprah, Cimahi, and Soreang is city center of the municipality. The governmental office complex is there, the central market, commercial center, and industrial are all there. We have over 7 military educational and training bases, as well as industrial, from pulp to paper to packaged products and all. And we have also around over 5,000 military families, either in Cimahi and in West Bandung Regency. These facts are some of the reason we chose the location for the development. So here I will talk about our strategies in planning the development. This is our land use plan for Alam Sanggar Indah. The whole area is 35 hectares, which is divided into 16 clusters. You can see here, the yellow one are all the clusters of residentials. We provide over 2,000 units of houses. 70% of those are subsidized by the government, by the central government. This is the accessibility. In the beginning of the video, you can see that the Alam Sanggar Indah is connect Cililin village into Cisalak village on the west. This north spine road led to a green open space in the north where you can see directly the Saguling Reservoir on the north. Our main boulevard is 14 meters, followed by the secondary road that lead to clusters, and the cluster roads is 7-meter width. This is our residential gate, the main boulevard, the 14 meters right of way, the access to the adjacent village, and the cluster boulevard, the cluster roads. And here we have the clustering plan. As I said before, we have 16 clusters on the first stage of the development, because now we are extending the whole development into the south, and this brown area is also future development for commercial. For the first stage, we open also 2 shop house tribes at the very close to the gate of the whole area. This is our land subdivision. You can see all the type of the houses there, from 22 square meters to 100 square meters, which is on the future development. At the very beginning, at the first stage of the development, we launched the 22 square meters type of house. And now we have 2 types of house, which are 31 square meters to 36 square meters. These are our public facilities and amenities network. We have 3 main activity generators in the area. This one in the northwest is very close to this to the water body of the Saguling Reservoir, and then we have the second one. It's right in the center of the development, which is dedicated for the mosque, the school, the healthcare facility, the security station, and all. And then the other one is at the south. It is dedicated for senior and friendly children park, and also sport facility. These photos we took at the third quarter of 2019. This picture you see in the above left is from the first area up here, and then this one is from the second one in the center, where we also already have the preschool and the mosque built in the area. This is our green open space network. You can see here, the biggest one is also at the northwest of the area, which is adjacent to the Saguling Reservoir, because we want to make an optimum effort to conserve the Saguling Reservoir and not to disturb the water body itself. So this area, while it is also a public amenities dedicated land, but we dedicated this land to be a green open space in the future, where people can go there and enjoy the scenery in the Saguling Reservoir. Our mission here for the environment is to create another micro ecosystem. Why? Because as Polina said before we have the development, this area was before an illegal sand quarry site. And so at the very beginning of the project, we have a mission to create another micro ecosystem to change the whole brown field area into a livable and green field settlement. This is our landscape planning. So like I said, the dedicated land in the north for green open space and public park. And then we also add adequate setbacks from the water body, ensure that no water waste being discharged directly. We also conserve the original topography of the land and control edges to prevent erosion, and use infiltration well in every unit we sell to the public. For the staging plan, we actually have a longer term and a shorter term stage. This is for the first stage of the development. It comprises about 32 hectares of the whole area. We start with the front cluster here, the blue one, to build interest from the target market and create trust with construction of the infrastructure and units here. And then we move closer to the north area here, opening this phase, these clusters, and then the third phase. And then after that, we move into the southern cluster here. At the later stage, we built the adjacent front cluster closest to entry access, which is here, the southern boulevard units, which is still ongoing, and then the center boulevard units. These are our types of houses from 2013 to 2019. We started by launching the 22 square meter house, which are subsidized by the government funding. All units are single story. Units which utilizing government funding facility or other funding facility are obligated to follow standard requirements. Here we have an example of that. For central government subsidy, restriction imposed are minimum lot area, which is 60 square meter, and minimum lot width of 6 meter. And for army houses with subsidy facilitated by Army Housing Fund, we have the minimum building area of 30 square meter and minimum lot width of 5 meters. This is the housing type we have, the 22 square meter house, 31, 36, 31, and 36 still for future launch. Besides the requirements I said earlier, we also have the regulated maximum selling price for the subsidized units, which differed by location, mostly by provinces or special region. For Bandung in 2013, at the first launch of the development, we launched the first units at 88 million rupiah, which is about 6,400 US. And now we have the regulated maximum selling price of 10,700 US. The subsidized unit we sell now in 2020 is 145 million rupiah, and the non-subsidized units ranges between 175 million into 225 million rupiah. The highest selling price for our non-subsidized unit now is 225 million rupiah. So for sales and promotion, we do have two different kind of approach. The first one is we call the institutional target market, which are mostly industrial factories around the area, around the Bandung greater metropolitan area. And the second one is public offices, local governmental offices, and the third one is military bases. So for the institutional target market, we do partnerships with the institution. We do project presentation from time to time. We come to the institution, we have open table there, and we do the presentation there. We also have scheduled exhibitions and site visit organized from time to time also for potential target market from this institutional target market. And then the second one is the non-institutional target market. What we do is social media, buyer get buyer, promotion material, and also we have special promotion during special occasion. And for the sales process we do in the sequence. First one is the sales officers registers the booking. They send the transfer receipt to us and copy of the identity card, and then they are given the queuing number for each customers. The marketing department, intern marketing department, will submit customer data that we have to get recommendation from the Indonesian National Bank to get the eligibility to take mortgage. And then the eligible customers then being invited to one date to select units before they start to paying down payment. We only start construction when the down payment and other initial costs are being paid by the customer. So this is an aerial photograph we took in 2019. You can see all the units already developed. We have 15 clusters built. We still have these boulevard units and the South Boulevard units that are not being built. We now have over 1,500 units built with over 3,500 persons. So most of the units are already occupied, and 100% of the subsidized units we have in the first stage of the development are already sold and occupied. By 2019, we already have all the houses sold in the first stage already improved. Some already elevated. They built second story of their houses. They also built fences. These units you see here are all the units are being occupied after we launched in 2013. So we first start in 2013. The peak selling was in 2015. And now we are already acquiring another land in the south area for the next stage. These are the picture of the preschool already in the area, the boulevard, the parks, and the greenery in the neighborhood. It's already been improved. So we can see the image in the above left are the illegal sand mines, the illegal sand quarry before the development. And here you can see the improved environment we created in Alam Sanggah Indah. By 2019, we already submitted to local government 90% of the land dedicated for public infrastructure and amenities. In Indonesia, when you have residential development, the developers are obligated to submit all the infrastructure to the local government. And we did that in phase. Now we already have 90% of it submitted, including the main boulevard, as you can see here, the secondary and cluster roads, all the roads in the first stage, as well as 3 main pieces of land that dedicated for public facility and green open space. Now we already acquired actually 6 hectares located at the south of the whole area. It comprises of 4 clusters with over 400 units. We planned it to be 60% subsidized and 40% non-subsidized unit. And we just launched this extension on 2020, about 2 months ago. This is the second stage, actually, of the whole development. Before, we also developed the commercial land bank on the east of the development. This is the picture we took when we first launched the extension of Alam Sanggah Indah. And this is our plan for future development of the commercial complex. It's located here at the very entrance of the project. And it comprises of 3 pieces of land, altogether 1.2 hectares, for shop houses, rental offices, and other facility. It is planned for 2022, and we are currently planning to do the launching for the second stage and to do the revision for this commercial area. So I think that's all I can share for you today. Thank you for listening, and I hope we can have a discussion after this.
Thank you very much. This is why I really like this idea of the sessions we just launched, because sharing what you guys did for all of us to learn, despite the differences in our codes and regulations, are very important, and this is very inspiring. And yes, I hope to hear from the audience. If there is any questions for Agnes, please share it. We will talk about it later. And now I would love to move to our second presenter, the beautiful lady, Michelle Yong, who is fourth generation family business leader in Wuhan and director of Aurum Land, a subsidiary and real estate development company. Now, as a founder of Foundate and Core Collective, Michelle is transforming Aurum into the space and business incubator with a focus on the future of people. In a time of increasing connectivity, where customer experience is the gold standard, Aurum is the core of trusted network of communities, creating opportunities across diverse industries for business, professionals, and individuals seeking growth in Singapore and beyond. Our Land mission is to gain brand recognition through high quality design and high build. Even on the go, Michelle is a mother of 4 young children and a foodie at heart. She strongly believes that great food makes both life and business better. I would love her to show us her beautiful projects that already won a gold award in Prix and the future projects that she is currently working on and hopefully will be presented for Prix as well. Welcome, Michelle.
Thank you, Polina. I'd like to start by congratulating Agnes and Staphania on what a wonderful, impactful and meaningful development. Very different in nature to the small boutique developments that we undertake, but I thought it was really wonderful, the work that she is doing. It's so very important.
Yes.
So hello everyone, I'm Michelle Yong, CEO of Aurum Land. I am humbled and delighted to be invited to share a bit about our design philosophies, in particular about 2 of our projects, the Asana and the Orient, which were awarded the Gold and Silver Award at this year's World Prix Excellence Awards 2020. We would really like to thank the judges of the organizing committee for this recognition. It means so much to myself and the Aurum Land team, as well as the wider project team, because we have been working really hard, and this is an affirmation to our commitment to excellence. Aurum Land was incorporated in 1982, and as Polina said, we believe in championing both functionality in form and in creating exclusive and beautiful living spaces. We are a sister company of Wohat Private Limited, which is one of Singapore's leading construction and civil engineering firms, responsible for Jewel at Changi Airport, Gardens by the Bay, Cliff at Pier, and many other notable developments in Singapore. This, being an integrated property developer, allows us to learn from and leverage Wohat's technical expertise, as well as while still retaining the dynamism of a small company. We're proud to have progressively transformed Aurum Land from a more traditional property developer into a forward-looking space and business innovator. Aurum Group currently comprises property developer Aurum Land, co-working space and innovation community Foundate, co-wellness center of excellence Core Collective, and corporate venture capital fund Aurum Investments. In the coming years, we hope to also venture more deeply into co-living, co-learning, co-retirement, and the ultimate vision is to become the virgin of the co-sharing economy. So with this full live, work, and play collection of holistic offerings under one umbrella, Aurum Land now can offer an integrated lifestyle package to our buyers. We believe in injecting life into spaces and places, not just building the physical space, but taking a really human-centric view to building the communities or building the spaces that allow those communities to thrive. One of our core values is in providing customer experience excellence and taking a really 360-degree customer-centric view in the decision-making process. Because we believe that they are the most important stakeholder who is often not adequately represented by the architects, the engineers, and the contractors, and we seek to represent them. Another of our core values is attention to detail, and we've been told by many of our buyers that the reason they chose an Orient land development is because of this high attention to detail. We've also been quite successful in taking inspiration from each piece of land to create a unique and compelling concept that respects the context of the land, the location, and its history. And this helps us to attract discerning buyers who are looking for a more limited edition of property. Being a boutique developer, we only do one or maybe two projects a year. And this allows us to be very selective in the developments we choose to undertake and to give our all to each and every project. This is a short timeline of some of the projects that we have undertaken since 2015. This was really when we started to gain a bit more recognition in the industry following the launch of our highly acclaimed black and white development called 1919, which was a row of shop houses that we took inspiration from and created a black and white development in tribute to those shop houses. That sold out at record pricing in just one weekend, despite a lull in the market at the time. And it garnered multiple accolades, including the best apartment at the Singapore, Asia Pacific, and global level at the International Property Awards. Since then, all our subsequent projects have also won multiple awards, and we believe this is a testament to the consistently high quality of all our developments. It is actually one of our objectives to make sure that each and every development is award-winning and is recognized, to show that we have put the great level of thought into designing them. Most recently, in the last 2 years, Orient Land was also named Best Boutique Developer at the Asia Property Awards for Singapore. The Asana was gold winner of the residential low-rise category. It's been inspired by the close proximity to the Botanic Gardens, which is a World UNESCO Heritage Site, and one of the very important green lungs in the city state of Singapore. We wanted to really create something that was very luxurious, but a contemporary urban sanctuary as well. And Asana, the name itself, means yoga posture, or the art of sitting still. And this helps improve the body's flexibility and vitality. So it was sort of envisaged as a space imbibing a sense of tranquility and atmosphere serenity. And the whole development was designed to have a free-flowing environment to give a good aura of harmony. We have adopted a black and gold colorway, which was quite boldly applied to the exterior of the building and more subtly to the interior. The landscaping also reflects the overall Zen ethos, from the grand entrance that is flanked by lily ponds and ornate screens to the yoga pavilion and the Garden of Light. These pictures show you the interior, which has adopted a neutral color palette. It's themed with floor-to-ceiling high windows, glazings to allow a lot of light into the apartments, and also the screens and the facade of the building cast interesting shapes and shadows through these lattice screens and the double volume space of the balconies. We chose to design an interlocking 2 and 3 bedroom units so that the 3 bedroom units could have this double volume space in the living room. I have a short video of the Asana. The Orient was also completed in 2017, and this won the Silver Award. The Orient was inspired by Shanghai during the Roaring Twenties, cosmopolitan Paris of the East, if you will, an era of luxury, glamour, exuberance, as well as technological progress, of social, artistic, and cultural dynamism. Nestled in the heart of Pasir Panjang, which is on the southwestern coast of Singapore, is the location of the Orient. We chose to wrap the building in a rather distinctive lattice screens, and this was inspired by the screens that for centuries have filled Chinese homes. The elegant geometric frame creates, we believe, a very strong aesthetic, and is complemented by the timber textured fair face concrete walls on the facade as well. In the interior, warm, inviting hues and well-defined lines, crisp surfaces are punctuated with the intricate glass etchings of the same lattice screens that we imprinted onto the interior. We also planned out the interior spaces with a furniture deck to maximize the use of the space. And even the lattice screen on the exterior doubles up as a personal bar counter at your balcony in the interior. Some of the new developments that we're working on now include Neon and the Hyde. Neon is a city fringe freehold development with expansive sea views located near the East Coast Road, which is one of Peranakan culture's most prominent enclaves. And therefore, we've taken a modern interpretation and celebration of the Peranakan culture and aesthetics. The name Neon itself is a play on the word Nonya, and it's a term of respect and affection for Peranakan women of prominent social standing. A location that is known for immediate access to the urban escape of East Coast Park and cultural areas of Katong and Joo Chiat. It also provides city-side comforts, being very close to the city centre. So it's a prime location to live, work, and play. The architects created very layered spaces, progressing from enclosed to open spaces, and starting with pure white square blocks, which gives a blank canvas for the residents to imprint their own lifestyle and impressions onto. The Hyde at 11 Balmoral Road was chosen due to its prime location in the heart of the city, yet in very close proximity to and with unobstructed panoramic views of the Goodwood Hill Park that is adjacent to the site. Just adjacent to Orchard Road, you arrive at a completely different world of greenery, immense trees, nature, birdsong and tranquility. And so both the name and the architecture of this development draws inspiration from Hyde Park in London due to these similarities. We elevated the apartment units high off the ground to give as many units as possible views over the neighboring park. And it also frees up the entirety of the site for more greenery and shared facilities. We then introduced full height glass facades and sashless windows to give a more uninterrupted view of the park vista. And we spent quite a lot of time developing these sashless windows, which again are quite common in the UK, but very rare in the tropics. The idea being to reduce the amount of frames that would obstruct your view. We also installed smart home systems that provide multiple levels of security to homeowners, including a smart parcel collection system. The Hyde Park Serpentine Gardens also provided inspiration with a 50-meter constellation pool that takes after the Serpentine pavilions. This has LED lights impressed onto the pool's floor in reflection of the starry constellation in the night sky above. Finally, that we have designed a sky terrace at the roof, which is a cantilevered clubhouse for private events and parties. And this is at the crown of the development for the homeowners whose units may not enjoy the views. We designed this facility for them with that in mind. So a lot of thought has been put into the design of the communal facilities because in space-scarce cities like Singapore, where perhaps there's, for instance, in terms of the children's facilities, we designed an indoor playroom for children that is appropriate from anyway, age 3 to say 10 as an extension of their own apartment, so that they can congregate with other children there. They could maybe swap toys and books. And in the same vein, the sky terrace is designed as an extension to one's own living room for entertaining purposes. Thank you. I hope that gives you a little taste of the kind of project that Orient is embarking on.
Thank you, Michelle. That was beautiful presentation. I am, as an interior designer, always been impressed with your work. So much history and lush and textures. I think all of us are ready to move into your buildings. They're beautiful. And I also wanted to add that reading the description of what you went through during the construction, it's very impressive. So Michelle is not taking for granted the old techniques, old construction techniques. She's always in the verge of innovations and improving and making sure that everything that she's using is long-lasting, especially considering the weather in Singapore. You have to make sure that this is all gonna sustain the termites, the weather, the harsh sun and everything. So that was very impressive in your approach. It's not only beautiful design, but it's also very particular interest in sustainability and environmental preservation and construction techniques as well. This is great. This is what's very impressive.
That one, I think I must give credit to Wahab and my father for instilling that value of, the green and gracious builder. It's one of their core values, and we are very fortunate, being sister company to Wahab, that they are very open to test bidding new ideas and new innovations with us. So both ways, we do support each other's ideas to.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
Wonderful. So we almost at the end of our beautiful presentations, but I hope our kind viewers gonna stay with us a little bit longer. As if you don't mind, I'll ask a couple questions, you ladies, about Prix d'Excellence Award. And we could stay a little bit longer, maybe 5-10 minutes, if everybody has agreed. Okay, I wanted to ask both of you, what do you think, what doors do you believe the Prix d'Ex Award opened to you, to your winning projects and the company in general?
For us, because we are still quite a new and small developer, having recognition from one of the most prestigious international awarding bodies, such as FIAPG, is really gives us credibility and brand recognition in the marketplace. So it is very important for us, the affirmation as well, not just to the industry, but also for our own team, as an acknowledgement of the work that we put in, that our design philosophies and our construction approach is on the right path.
That's great. Agnes?
I think I will be honest with you. I still not sure, but this is because FIAPG Prix has yet to become a recognizable event in Indonesia. But that's also why we decided to enter and trying to promote the Prix, because as a group of companies, of course, we get brand recognition by entering the Prix and get the gold winner from Prix d'Excellence. And the fact that we won can make good impact on our future development, for our marketing, and also for our future projects.
Yes, that makes sense. So then, do you think that you have some suggestions how we can improve and be more recognizable? That's also very important. We're always discussing that question among us.
I will say that the Prix is far different from many other awards, from many other national awards. It is not only prestigious for their brand awareness, marketing and all, but its comprehensive valuation brings real appreciation to your company's work and efforts. I guess that would be a good point for us here in Indonesia to promote Prix d'Excellence.
I agree with that, because in our opinion, being different is what is important, because we are sharing a lot of knowledge, and that's why we're doing what we're doing. And like even today's presentation, I'm sure that people will leave with a new perspective on affordable housing development, on low-rise luxury residential with smart and innovative approach. So it's not only pretty pictures, it's a lot of information, a lot of knowledge that, especially right now during the era of the communication and sharing abilities, we could help each other with this knowledge. And this is why I believe it's very important for all of us to continue doing that, and to definitely bring more interest, bring more participants to be able to see what we can achieve together. So I think on that great note, we could close our webinar today and say thank you to our beautiful ladies, and give our applause to both of you, and to say, you know, being able to have you with us today is a great honor. And I'm very impressed with your projects, and I'm sure everybody who saw us today as well. And I hope to see your projects on the next Prix d'Ex. And I'm looking forward to learn what you're building and what you're doing, and everybody else with me will do the same. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for all of you who were joined us today. And hopefully we will continue this conversation and learn more from each other, and use that to make a world a better place. Thank you. Bye-bye, everybody.